What's going on, everyone? My name's Chris, the married guy. I am an alcoholic, and today's daily reflection on a wing and a prayer. We then look at step 6. We have emphasized willingness as being indispensable. Steps 4 and 5 were difficult but worthwhile. Now I was stuck on step 6, and in despair, I picked up the big book and read this passage. I was outside praying for willingness when I raised my eyes and saw a huge bird rising in the sky. I watched it suddenly give itself up to the powerful air currents of the mountains. Swept along, swooping and soaring, the bird did things seemingly impossible for mortal birds to do. It was an inspiring example of a fellow creature letting go to a power greater than itself. I realized that if the bird took back his will and tried to fly with less trust on its power alone, it would spoil its apparent free flight. That insight granted me the willingness to pray the 7-step prayer. It's not easy to know God's will in each circumstance. I must search out and be ready for the currents, and that's where prayer and meditation help. Because I am of myself nothing, I ask God to grant me the knowledge of His will and the power and courage to carry it out today. So, this passage for me is simply let go. So, when I first got sober, I realized I could not do it on my own. So, I got the help that I needed. Through that, I found my higher power, who I call God. And God removed that obsession of drinking from me, and I have not had a drink since. Now, in today's life, I still have to continue to let go because I cannot manage my own life. The stress, anxiety, and fears of today and tomorrow, the future, or even anything that I'm struggling with, or anything that you're struggling with, it could be friends, family, job, whatever the case is. We have to let it go. We have to give that over. So just like the bird in the passage, just flying along on that air current, not flapping its wings at all, that is 100% letting go to a higher power. And that's peace. That's just going with the flow. And what would happen if that bird just all of a sudden just starts trying to flap its wings? It would ruin its free flight. If not, it would be struggling. Like, it would be extremely freaking tired, because it's not going with the current anymore. It's going against the current. That is what happens when I try to take control back. When I try to manage my own life and control everything and try to manipulate everything into what I think is right for me, that's when I flap my wings and I stop going with the flow. Don't do that. That's not peace. That is struggle. So, what do you guys think about the reading? If you have any questions, comments for me, leave them down below. Today is today. You only get today. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.